Gary, tell me something about Spotify. We noticed that it's becoming sort of Sportify. What's this relation between music and sports?
You know what? I think that we're starting to see that more and more people are listening to music when they work out. And it's really, really important for people to have music to get through their run, to get through their weightlifting. And at the same time, athletes really, really love music. They use music to prepare for a big game, and they use music to communicate to the people that love them, right? Especially footballers all around the world. And so Spotify becoming, as you put it, Sportify, it's just these athletes starting to understand that using music, they can express themselves in a way that they couldn't using any other medium. And as consumers or users and people, understanding that music is incredibly important to them getting fit and having a healthy lifestyle.
But then there must be something special to the way you do this because if people use music and sports to communicate, well, you would agree that they already have music at the gym, but then if you bring your own device and you have it on your earphone, so it's not that sort of connection with the people around you, but then again, it's a different type of social life online.
Well, working out, we found, is actually a very, very private, very personal experience. Lifting weights, generally speaking, at most you have two people lifting weights together, one to spot you. When you're running, it's a solo, most of the time, a solo activity. And so, music and that emotion of that connection to the music that helps you get through a workout is also extremely personal. Those two things go hand in hand. When you go to a gym and you hear the music that's just playing in the gym, that may not be the music that can help you do what you need to do. And so you want to choose the music that you listen to for your workout. That's what we're seeing.
Well, I choose my own music when I want to cook or wash the dishes. Uh, but talking about like piracy, how an app like yours can skip illegal downloads and stuff like that. You spoke to the people here at UPix about bringing in all Brazilian artists and record labels, be them the big ones or the small ones. But does your business model, Spotify's business model, uh, do revenue share with these guys? I mean, do the record labels get something out of Spotify?
Yeah. So I hear two questions there. One is about piracy and how Spotify can help move people away from piracy. And the second was about revenue share, how we generate money for labels, rights holders, artists. So I'm going to start with the piracy one. What we've started to find out and learn about people is that they use piracy, they pirate and steal music because it is the easiest and cheapest way to do it. And so it's really not because they don't want to pay artists. It's just easy and it's cheap. So our solution to that is to build a product that is the same price as piracy, which is free, and is significantly easier. And that's why Spotify was actually born in the first place. We built a product that is $0, that is free, and is so much easier to use than piracy that we're seeing people move away from piracy to use Spotify because there's no reason not to. Okay? Now, with regard to revenue share and giving money back to the artists, that's our primary goal, is to give artists what we believe they deserve, right? We want to give them more money. We've been very transparent about how much money we've returned to the labels. Over the course of any year, on average, I'm simplifying it right now, but we return about 70% of all of our revenue that we make back to rights holders, okay? And of that 70%, in 2013, in just that 1 year, we returned $500 million back to the labels. And in our course of history, over 8 years that we've been live, we've now returned over $1 billion. And that's growing every single year.
Wow, fits in here. But if you're giving their music for free and not you're not charging me to listen to their music, so where does the money come from? I see you do some engagement branded experience on Spotify, and also do you have a paid version?
Yes, we do have both. For free users, and 75% of the users on Spotify are free users, they don't pay anything to listen to music. They see and hear ads. And so brands will pay to have that ad placement, and that money, again, we share with the rights holders. And then we do have a paid subscription product. 25% of our users are on what we call premium. It gives more features, like, for instance, you can offline your music. So I travel a lot and I like to listen to music when I'm on the plane. I need premium to make sure that I can take the music, put it on my device so I can listen to it when there's no connection. And secondarily, it gives me on demand on my mobile phone so I can listen to exactly what I want on my mobile phone.
What do you have in yours right now?
Oh, I have a lot of music. I listen to a lot of what you call indie tronica music. So indie music that has a little bit of electronic beat. I'm obsessed with some British bands right now, so I'm listening to a lot of Bastille, and I'm also listening to a lot of the 1975.
That's great. About Brazil, does something come to your mind? What calls your attention about this country, these people, these businesses?
First of all, you guys are extremely friendly. I absolutely love my time in Brazil so far.
Where are you from?
I'm from New York City, so not as friendly of a place. Brazilians are very, very friendly compared to that. All that said, what we've noticed and what we've seen is that Brazilians actually listen to a lot of music, but they consume music in a very different way than a lot of countries. Number one, there's still a lot of piracy here, and that's something that we definitely want to combat.
More here than anywhere else?
You know, there are a few countries where piracy is really, really strong. Brazil is certainly one of them, and that's certainly going to be one of the challenges in this country. Secondarily, Brazilians actually really like to own their own music, right? The people who want music, they like to own it. They don't necessarily believe in the access model. And so what we're trying to do is we need to change their point of view because we believe as a company that access is easier and it makes more sense because you have all of the world's music at your fingertips, whereas if you own, you only have a limited selection. The third challenge is that Brazilians really, really like Brazilian music, right? They love regional music, they love their own music, which I think is fantastic. Our goal is to make sure that we work with all of the Brazilian artists, all of the Brazilian labels to get as much, hopefully soon, all Brazilian regional music onto our platform.
There's one thing our readers always ask. Do you think these guys have an open API, a platform for developers to build something on top of?
We absolutely do. The Spotify open platform is really, really powerful. We actually just launched our newest version of our open web API. So if you go to the Spotify developer site, just Google Spotify developer, you'll find all the information you need to start building and hacking on Spotify.
Does it preview revenue share with these independent developers too or no?
Right now, not yet. Yeah, making revenue off of the developer site or off of our open API is not something that we support yet.
It's something our readers already ask.
I'm sure I can understand that.
It seems like it took Spotify a little bit more time to get into Brazil than in other countries and than other competitors. Is there a specific reason or a number of?
Yeah. No, the primary reason was because we really wanted to get all of the regional music or as much of it as possible. And it took us a little time because we'd never been in Brazil before to build the relationships with the labels and the artists to get that music. And so eventually we got it, and that's why we launched. But it took us a little bit of time to build those relationships.
Can you tell us how many Brazilians are on Spotify and how many people in the world are on Spotify?
I can tell you about the world. We have 40 million monthly active users, 10 million of whom are subscribers, are paying subscribers, at an equivalent of $10 per month. So that's a lot. We've grown quite a bit in the last few years.
How many people work for Spotify?
I think we're well over 1,000 now. I don't know the exact number, but we are not a small company anymore. We're also in 57 different countries. So that's why we're that big. We have people in a lot of different countries now.
Gary, let me thank you for your attention here on this interview. Congratulations. Welcome to Brazil. Come back as often as you can and enjoy your music. And say something. Say, Startupi.
Startupi.